Nobody becomes a millionaire in a moment. They become one in silence. No fireworks, no applause, no sudden breakthrough. Just a decision so small it feels almost insulting. $100. That's it. $100 a week, an amount most people spend without memory, an amount that disappears into food delivery, upgraded gadgets, slightly nicer weekends, and things that feel necessary in the moment but irrelevant in hindsight. When people hear millionaire, they imagine violence, a violent leap in income, a violent stroke of luck, a violent bet that pays off. But wealth is not violent, it is patient, and patience terrifies modern humans. Your brain was not designed for compounding. It was designed for survival, immediate rewards, visible gains, status inside the tribe. The part of you that wants $1 million does not control you. The older part does, the primate part, the part that wants to look successful right now. That part cannot see 30 years ahead. So when you tell someone they can become a millionaire by investing $100 a week, their mind rejects it instantly. Too slow, too boring, too small. It feels like trying to fill an ocean with a spoon. But the spoon isn't the point. Time is. $100 a week is roughly $5,200 a year. Alone, it's unimpressive. It won't change your zip code. It won't change your car. It won't change how people treat you. That's precisely why it works, because no one feels threatened by it. If that money is invested consistently into productive assets, broad markets, businesses, systems that grow as the economy grows, something quiet begins to happen, not in months, not in a year, but slowly. At first, nothing. For years, it feels like nothing. You check the account. It moves, but not enough to matter. The gains are small. The progress is forgettable. You question whether the effort is even rational. You feel foolish for not doing something more aggressive. This is the phase where most people quit, because early compounding is invisible. In the beginning, your money grows because you feed it. Every week, you carry another bucket and pour it in. The pile rises slowly. You are doing all the work. Then one day, without announcement, the pile starts adding to itself. The returns become larger than your contributions. This is the moment no one waits long enough to experience. If you invest $100 a week for 30 or 40 years at a reasonable long-term return, the mathematics stop looking small. They start looking predatory. The growth curve bends upward, not gently, aggressively. But that aggression only appears at the end. The first decade feels like a test. The second feels like patience. The third feels like momentum. And somewhere in the fourth, the million appears. Not because you were brilliant, because you were consistent. Most people will never see that curve bend, not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack income, but because they lack endurance. Endurance is rare in a world engineered for stimulation. We live in a system that monetizes your impulses. Every app, every advertisement, every upgrade whispers the same message. You deserve this now. Your $100 is not idle. It is being hunted daily. And the primate brain gives in because spending produces a visible result, a new object, a new experience, a small burst of status. Investing produces nothing visible. No one compliments your brokerage account. No one admires your index fund. No one invites you to show screenshots of slow growth. So the discipline feels pointless. But discipline compounds just like money does. The person who invests $100 a week is not just building capital. They are building identity. They are rehearsing delayed gratification. They are training themselves to operate outside the emotional rhythm of the crowd. They begin to detach from the need to look rich. This is where the real divide happens. Looking rich is immediate. It is financed. It is loud. It signals success without requiring stability. Being rich is delayed. It is quiet. It is invisible for decades. The person investing $100 a week will often look ordinary. Their lifestyle will not scream success. Their choices will appear conservative, sometimes even dull. But under the surface, the machine is running. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The longer you wait to start, the more brutal the math becomes. Compounding does not forgive hesitation. It rewards duration. If you begin at 25, time does most of the heavy lifting. If you begin at 45, you must contribute far more to reach the same destination. The window narrows, the slope steepens, the margin for error shrinks, and most people don't notice the window closing. They assume there will be time later, more income later, more stability later. Later is expensive. $100 a week is not a strategy because it is large. It is a strategy because it is survivable. Almost anyone earning a steady income can restructure their spending to find it, not easily, but realistically. The tragedy is not that people cannot afford to invest. It is that they cannot tolerate slow progress. So they oscillate, they start, they stop, they panic in downturns, they chase trends, they sell low, they buy high, they sabotage the very curve that could have freed them. The market will fluctuate. There will be recessions, there will be crashes, there will be headlines predicting collapse. During those periods, your account will shrink. You will feel regret. You will question the entire premise. And this is where identity matters more than arithmetic. Because the millionaire built from $100 a week is not built in rising markets. It is built in falling ones. It is built when you continue contributing while others retreat. Consistency during discomfort is the edge. By the time the account crosses 7 figures, the person attached to it has changed. They no longer need to signal wealth. They understand leverage. They understand that money is not a tool for display, but a buffer against uncertainty. And the irony is unavoidable. The same $100 that once felt insignificant becomes the foundation of independence. The future version of you is not shaped by dramatic decisions. It is shaped by weekly ones, repeated so often they feel ordinary. $100. Not heroic, not glamorous, not urgent, but relentless. And in a world obsessed with speed, the slow strategy feels irrational until it works. When you reach the end of that curve, when the million sits there quietly, it will not feel like victory. It will feel inevitable, as if it could not have happened any other way. Because in truth, it couldn't. The only question was whether you would endure long enough to let time finish what you started. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Financial decisions should be based on your individual goals, risk tolerance, and circumstances. Always conduct your own research and consult a qualified financial professional before making investment decisions.